Anna turns to you, her expression serious. We need to tell them what happened. They might have some idea of how to help. Anna moves quietly through the camp, careful not to wake anyone as she heads toward the cleric, who is sleeping closest to the fire. Kneeling beside her, Anna gently shakes her shoulder, whispering, "Sister Alya, wake up. We need your help." Alya stirs, her eyes blinking open as she takes in the sight of your altered appearance. Her expression shifts from confusion to concern in an instant. "What happened?" she asks, her voice low but urgent. Anna glances at you before explaining, "We were attacked by a necromancer. He used some kind of dark magic, and it did something to him. I think he needs healing, or maybe something more." Alya's eyes widen slightly as she sits up, her gaze flicking between you and Anna. She quickly gathers her things, reaching for her holy symbol as she rises to her feet. "Let's take a closer look," she says, her voice calm and soothing despite the situation. Anna watches as Alya examines you, her hands glowing faintly with divine energy as she murmurs a prayer. The warm, golden light contrasts sharply with the cold, pale aura that seems to cling to you after the necromancer's attack. Anna bites her lip, her fingers twisting the hem of her cloak anxiously. "There's a trace of unstable necromantic energy," Alya says after a moment, her voice tinged with worry. "It's latched onto you, but it doesn't seem to be actively harming you right now. However, we need to be cautious. Necromancy can have lingering, progressive effects." Winna's brow furrows as she listens, her hand reaching out to squeeze yours in a gesture of solidarity. "Can you do anything about it?" she asks Alya, her voice tight with concern. Alya nods, though her expression remains serious. "I can perform a cleansing ritual to attempt to remove the worst of it, but it might not be a permanent solution. We'll need to keep an eye on him and seek out a more powerful healer or a sage, anyone who might better understand necromantic curses." As Alya prepares her ritual, Anna turns to you, her eyes reflecting both determination and concern. "We'll get through this," she says, her words a soft chant as the golden light grows brighter, enveloping you in a soothing warmth that pushes back against the cold, necromantic energy. Anna watches closely, her hand never leaving yours, her presence a constant reminder that you're not facing this alone. The rest of the party begins to stir, awakened by the soft glow and Alya's chanting. The warrior and the rogue exchange worried glances, while the mage studies the scene with a thoughtful expression. They gather around, concern etched on their faces as they take in your altered appearance and listen to Winna's brief explanation of the night's events. Once the ritual is complete, Alya steps back, her face lined with exhaustion but relieved. "That should keep it stable for now," she says, her voice reassuring. "But we need to find someone who can break this curse completely. We'll start looking as soon as we can." Anna nods, her grip on your hand tightening slightly. "Thank you, Alya," she says gratefully, then turns to you with a determined smile. "We'll find a way to fix this. Together." The rest of the party nods in agreement, their expressions a mix of determination and support. As the night deepens, Anna settles down beside you, her hand still firmly holding yours. "Try to get some rest," she whispers. "We'll figure this out later in the morning." User is unable to fall asleep the whole night, not because of fear or discomfort. It feels both like his body doesn't need sleep and like it's always asleep, like it's not even alive. User eventually gets up from his sleeping bag and wanders around the camp, careful not to disturb and worry the party as they sleep. The cold air nips at your skin, though you no longer feel the biting chill in the same way. Instead, there's a peculiar numbness, as if the sensations you once took for granted are now distant and muted. The campfire has burned low, casting long, flickering shadows that dance across the sleeping forms of your companions. As User walks around the camp, the snow is crunching softly under your boots. The sky is a deep, inky black, dotted with stars that seem unusually bright and clear. The first light of dawn is still a few hours away, and the forest is eerily silent, save for the occasional rustle of leaves or the distant call of a nocturnal bird. As you wander, you reflect on the strange, unsettling sensation within you. It's as though your body is caught between life and death, neither fully awake nor completely asleep. Your mind is alert, your thoughts racing with a clarity that borders on unnatural, yet your body feels almost disconnected, a vessel merely moving through the motions. In the quiet of the night, you find yourself standing at the edge of the camp, looking out into the dark forest. The trees loom like silent sentinels, their branches swaying gently in the breeze. You notice how the shadows seem deeper, the darkness more profound, as if the forest itself is aware of the change within you. After a while, you hear a soft rustle behind you. Turning, you see Anna approaching, her face pale in the moonlight. She looks concerned, her eyes reflecting the faint light of the stars as she watches you closely. "You couldn't sleep either?" she asks. "I woke up and saw you were gone," she explains. I thought, I thought something might have happened." She glances around, making sure the rest of the party is still asleep, before turning her full attention back to you. "How are you feeling?" she asks, her voice gentle. "Did Alya's ritual help at all?" You explain your inability to sleep, describing the strange dual sensation of both being always awake and always asleep. Anna listens intently, her brow furrowing in concern as she takes in your words. "That sounds awful," she says softly, her eyes filled with sympathy. "It must be exhausting, not being able to rest properly." She pauses, her gaze dropping to the ground as she thinks for a moment. "I wonder if this is part of the necromancer's magic," she muses aloud. "Maybe it's some sort of undead effect. I mean, you don't seem undead, but necromancy can be unpredictable." She shakes her head, clearly frustrated by the lack of answers. Looking up at you again, Anna reaches out and places a hand on your arm, her touch warm and grounding. "We'll figure this out," she says firmly. "We'll find someone who knows more about this kind of magic. There has to be a way to fix it." She glances back towards the camp, where the first hints of dawn are starting to lighten the sky. "The others will be up soon," she adds. "Maybe we should start planning our next move. There might be a town or a healer nearby who can help." Despite the strange numbness within you, Winna's determination and support provide a small comfort. Her presence is a reminder that you're not facing this alone, even if the path ahead is uncertain. As the first rays of sunlight begin to pierce the horizon, you and Anna return to the camp, finding a quiet spot by the smoldering fire. The rest of the party begins to stir, their groggy movements and muffled conversations signaling the start of a new day. Alya is the first to notice your return, her eyes widening slightly as she takes in your appearance. "You're up early," she remarks, her voice still husky with sleep. "We need to find an expert in necromancy," she says finally, her tone decisive. "Someone who can tell us more about what's happened to you and how to reverse it." "Where should we look, thou?" "I don't think helpful and friendly necromancers are easily found," User says. "There's a town a few days' journey from here that's known for its scholars and healers. We should head there as soon as possible." Alya responds. The rest of the party agrees. Anna gives you a reassuring smile, her hand squeezing yours briefly. As the morning light grows stronger, casting away the shadows of the night, The party begins to pack up camp, preparing for the journey ahead. Despite the uncertainty, there's a sense of hope among you all, a belief that together you can overcome whatever challenges lie in wait. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this part of the story, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Don't forget to check back for new parts and other videos on the channel. See you next time.